She's a singer, songwriter, actress, and so much more. Our next guest is creating inspiring and deep R&B music through powerful lyrics and elegant beats. And joining
Yes, I love it. Elegant beats. I love it. I love it. And joining us now in our latest edition of On the Aux is Chinara Hill. Welcome to the show. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again.
Yes. Yeah. So the first time we had you here, like I said, multi-talented. You were our model on the show.
Yes.
And now we have you here as an artist. So tell us more about you as the artist.
Me as the artist, well, I'm a singer-songwriter. I also consider myself an R&B recording artist. I make R&B, neo-soul style music, but I've also been making some more upbeat party tunes, you know, for people for the summertime.
Yes.
I started out in theater, actually, in musical theater. Someone came to me and was like, well, you sing, can you come do this musical? And so then I ended up going more deeply into acting because I was really great at it. And I found that God was calling me back to be a singer, and that's truly what I'm meant to be doing. So yeah.
Love it.
So did you expect to become a singer? I mean, were you just kind of hoping for it one day, or?
I always knew. I was really about 3 years old.
Okay.
I would write songs, you know, I couldn't fully write, but I would be able to remember full songs that I made up and perform them for my family. And then from there, I performed in talent shows, and I recently actually found something I wrote in 2009, and in that journal entry, it said, "Singing is my life."
Aww.
And it kind of reminded me that I've always had this deep love and passion for singing. And even when I was doing musical theater and theater, I was always writing my own songs and performing. Yes.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So tell us more about where you're from and what inspires your music.
Okay, so I was born in Texas, College Station, Texas, and then I grew up in Waukegan, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago. So where I grew up greatly influenced me, but it's more of the people I grew up with. My parents, my dad's from Port Arthur, Texas, and then my mom was a military brat. So her mom grew up, born and raised south side of Chicago, and then her dad from New Orleans. So the influence of jazz, of all the talented musicians from Chicago, and then that deep South Texas music has greatly influenced my style. And my parents tend to listen to the music that they more grew up with. So I was listening to Stevie Wonder, The Temptations, Sam Cooke. My mom loved In Vogue. So all of these styles I was growing up with has really influenced my style. As a songwriter, I really love to tell stories in my music and write from my own personal experiences so people can relate.
Yes. Incredible. And I was going to ask, can you talk about the process of writing and creating your music?
Yes. So originally I started out writing on the piano, and I still do that. That was the best. I actually self-taught myself to play the piano.
Wow.
It wasn't the easiest thing, but I already played the violin, so I knew how to read music. And then from then on, I started collaborating with other artists, producers, helping them make beats for me, and then writing that way. Sometimes lyrics will just come to me, but then other times I'm inspired by the music that I'm either playing on the piano or the music from those engineers and those producers, and just different sounds and experiences with people. I love people watching, so also just observing people.
That's the best inspiration.
Truly,
the
it
best
is.
inspiration.
It really is.
So I have to ask, putting you on the spot, what are you listening to right now? What's the most played on your phone?
Okay, so most played on my phone, I'm always listening to Mariah Carey, old and new. Caution if you haven't listened to her album, like old and new, all Mariah Carey. But then also, don't be too surprised, I grew up near Chicago, but Chief Keef's newest album, Almighty So Too, like, you know DC Traffic, so I am
gotta get
Chief
up.
Keef.
Love
and
it.
then Big X the Plug, he's also from the South, from Texas, and he mixes the old school and the new school, and I really love that, and I love his hip hop style. And then a newer R&B artist, Snow Allegra, I love her sultry, smooth voice. So yeah, I mean, I'm always listening to a lot of artists too, but that's really what's on repeat in my car.
I'm gonna go on my,
I know.
I'm gonna go on my phone
I've got some
after
things
this.
to listen to now,
Yes.
especially in traffic.
Exactly.
Yes.
I mean, look, the DC traffic, I get it. If people want to find out more about you, hear your songs, where should they go?
They should go to chinarahill.com, and they can also find me on all socials at Chinara Hill. And then on any streaming service, it's Chinara only for my
Just
music.
Chinara.
Yes.
Love it. Love it.